Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Damodar, Radha Damodar, Radha Damodara Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Shri Radha Madhava Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Damodara Ki Jai, Shri Shri Pralat Lakshmi Singhadev Bhagavan Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So, welcome to our Chaitanya Charitamrita class. Oh, how do we speak? English. Not Polish? English okay, everybody? Wer versteht kein Englisch? Na dann. Soon, Kishori-kun kommt. Sie versteht kein Englisch. Okay. Uh-oh. Where you don't know where you put them. The best is when then you have them on your head. Okay, so. Yeah, that's a very auspicious day today. Which day is today? Gopashtami. What we do on Gopashtami? Huh? What? Yeah, so we not really have Radharani here, but what happened on Gopashtami? Yeah, they got responsibility. They got responsibility for the big cows. The first time Nanda Maharaj sent them out with the big guys, with the big cows. Till this point, they were only taking care of the small calves, and this was mostly very close in the area of Vrindavan. The small cows, they didn't walk so much, but on this day, Nanda Maharaj, he sent them out for the first time to take care of the big cows, and that's a big responsibility. That's a big how to say, step toward adultness. Adults. Krishna became an adult. And till this day today, he was known as Bala Krishna. And from now on, he is known as Kvala Krishna. And the funny thing is, today, later on, we have Anaprasna Samskara, and it was not planned, but for a devotee, which name is Balakrishna Prabhu. So there's nothing happened by chance. So this is Gopastami. What do we do? What can we do? How we can celebrate this day instead of dressing Radharani as Gopali? What else could we do? Super. We brush the cows. Should we do that? I don't know if this is so, if the cows would be this onslaught of devotees coming with brushes and want to brush them. I don't know what they think about that. But maybe we can connect with Manchu Krishna Mataji, who is very dedicated servant of our cows, and we could ask maybe what we could do, what she thinks, what would be maybe beneficial for the cows and for us. Yes, and connecting with the cows, that's a very great opportunity to connect with cows. We not in many centers, especially in Germany, we are the only center who takes care of cows in such a way, and is a ISKCON center or is a temple itself as well. So that's a great opportunity to connect with the cows, with those animals who are very dear to Krishna and who are very essential for actually human culture. That's nowadays, that's always a little bit in discussion because of this, different animal rights programs, what is also understandable. And when we see how large a society treats animals, especially cows, then certainly there's a point. But we also have to understand that cows play a very crucial role in human society, but also in society in general. For example, Mother Bhumi, she's a living entity, and all living entities, they have to take in food. They like to eat. And Mother Bhumi is an entity. The earth is an entity. So how does Mother Bhumi eat? And what does she eat? Any idea? Was? Cow dung. Mother Earth eats cow dung. Not exactly. Huh? Yes, but that's not what she is nourished. When we see Bhumi is a planet in the planetary system, and this planetary system is nurtured by the planetary environment, the universe. So this, so planets or universes in universes, and probably this universes or a universe where we live is just many universes amongst many, many other universes, and they live in a universe. So, but Mother Bhumi, she is in this environment of the universe, and she eats, or she nourishes, she gets energy from the environment of the universe. So this universal energy is surrounding her, but she has no access to this. And the access for Mother Bhumi to get the energy of the universe, what nourishes her, is through the horns of the cows, who give them through the hoofs into the earth. So that's very crucial. In Ayurveda, actually, you should only take ghee for Ayurveda from cows who have horns, right? Prabhuji, what's your name? Nareshwar Das. Hare Krishna. Where are you coming from?
At the moment I came from Italy.
Okay. You notice that usually you should only use ghee from cows who have horns?
I can't say I heard that before.
Okay. So you should take only ghee, because these cows, or those cows, really the energy is flowing through the earth. Because they have these long horns, and the energy of the universe is channeled into the cows and then given through the hoofs to Mother Bhumi. So first of all, the tendency where they say, we have to cut off the horns of the cows because it's dangerous. That's not right. And killing cows anyway is not right. So we really deprive not only the cows of their life, we also deprive Mother Bhumi of her nourishment. So keeping cows is actually very essential even for the universal order. Who could thought of this? But now we see in Vedic, everything is connected with each other. Everything is somehow or other related, and therefore, in that sense, everything is important. There's nothing what is not important, right? And we should not, as humans, actually, our responsibility is to keep this order, actually, what is given by God, to keep this in order, to keep the order in order. We are kind of servants, and our service is to regulate and to keep these things in order, not taking this order over and doing something else. So that's very important maybe on this day. And what I think also as society on this day, as ISKCON society, we should maybe meditate also upon this. Okay, Krishna takes responsibility on this day for his cows. What I can take responsibility on this day for the devotees? What could be my responsibility? Because what we really need in ISKCON nowadays, I think, is responsible people who take up responsibility for the movement and for the family of devotees. That's, I think, it's needed. So, have a meditation. And maybe if you pray to Krishna, if you pray to Bala Gopal or Kvala Gopal, then maybe we can get some clue of what responsibility we can take on. So, reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita with the verse Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. 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 Jaya Advaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Advaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Advaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. So we're reading from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 21, verse 91 till 100. Okay. Golakaya Gokula Mathura Dvaravati. Golokaya Gokula Mathura Dvaravati. Eitina Loke Krishnera Sahaje Nitya Stiti. Eitina Loke Krishnera Sahaje Nitya Stiti. Goloka Akaya Gokula Mathura Dvaravati. Eitina Loke Krishnera Sahaje Nitya Stiti. Somebody want to chant? Kulakaka Gokula Mathura Dvaravati Etina Lokera Krishna Sahache Nichastiti Golokaya Gokula Mathura Dvaravati Etina Loke Krishna Sahache Nichastiti. Ladies? Golokaya Gokula Mathura Dvaravati Gokula Mathura Dvaravati Etina Lokya Krishna Rasahache Nichastiti Gokula Akya called Goloka Gokula Gokula Mathura Mathura Dvaravati Dvaraka Etina Loke all three of these places Krishnera of Lord Krishna Sahache naturally Nityastiti eternal residence. Translation in a short purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. These three lokas are Gokula, Goloka, Mathura and Dvaraka. Krishna lives eternally in these three places. So what are these three places? Gokula, Mathura and Dvaraka. So, okay, we have a short purport. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur comments that in the Goloka planet there are three divisions, Gokula, Mathura and Dvaraka. In his incarnation as Gaura Sundara, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord conducts his pastimes in three areas. What these areas could be. Also three places on this earth. Navadvip, okay. What else? Jagannath Puri, and also where Mahaprabhu did his pastimes as well. Somebody else then, super. No. I mean, close to Hastinapur is Vrindavan, Braj And to Jagannath Puri, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati also counts South India, because from Jagannath Puri, Mahaprabhu made long travels to South India. So Navadvip, Jagannath Puri, and including South India and Braj Mandala. Yeah. So, and if we look at this three places, Gokula, Mathura, and Dvaraka, what do we think when we read or when we see these places, when we hear about these places? Okay, yeah, but in relationship to Krishna, how did he live there? Yeah, but what was his role in all of these places? Was he? Who was the king in Dvaraka? Yeah, he lived as a kshatriya and was part of the parliament, but was he the king in Dvaraka? It was Ugrasena the king, right? And in Mathura, I mean, this was before they shifted to Dwarka, but who was the king there? Huh? Yeah, Kamsa. And then later on, also Ugrasena. Because they shifted from Mathura, as Charasandra became too obnoxious. Then they moved to Dwarka. Who was the king in Vrindavan? Nanda Baba, yeah. So all these places were defined as Krishna's abode. He was not the ruler. He didn't take the position as a ruler. He always served as a servant of the ruler. Although, of course, it's his abode. He is the origin of all of this. But he didn't take the position then as a ruler. This just came to my mind. Okay. Now we're waiting for the singer Dev to appear. Shri Prahlad Lakshmi Singh Bhagavan Ki Jai, with a wonderful Gopastami turban today. Okay, so 29. Andaranga Puna Shvarya Puna Tina Dama Tinera Advishvara Krishna Swayam Bhagavan. These three places are full of eternal potencies, and Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is their sole proprietor. So here it says it's the sole proprietor, but still he is not serving, or he's not there ruling. He's not there ruling as the king, at least on the earth. He gives this position to somebody who is superior, but actually is his devotee. So Krishna always supports his devotees. Okay, 39 and 34. Purva ukta pramanderya yata dikpala ananda vaikunda varana chirarokapala tansabara mukkuda krishna pada pita age dandavad kaletare mani pitelage. Okay, translation. As previously mentioned, the jewels on the helmets of all the predominating deities of all the universes and Vaikunta planets touched the throne and the lotus feet of the Lord when those deities all offered obeisances. So here we have we in the pastime where Mahaprabhu narrates to Sanatana Goswami the incidents where Brahma went to Vaikunta and of course was stopped by the doorkeeper who asked, "Who are you?" And I said, "Brahma." He went to Krishna and said, "Brahma is outside the door." And Krishna said, "Which Brahma?" And then the doorkeeper went back to Brahma and said, "Which Brahma are you?" And Brahma was a little bit bewildered because he thought, "Wait a second. Why? Which Brahma? Am I not the Brahma?" And then he said, "Which Brahma? Which Brahma was standing outside?" Huh? Four-headed. Chatumukha. Right? And he said, "I'm the four-headed Brahma." And then he finally was led into Krishna, and Krishna said, "Okay, what? Why are you coming here?" And Brahma said, "A second, I will tell you very soon, but first of all, why you ask me which Brahma? Are there any other Brahmas?" And then Krishna called all the other Brahmas, and Brahma, our four-headed Brahma, thought that he was the Brahma with the one who only had four heads. There were Brahmas with 10,000 heads and 10 million thousand heads, because they had even bigger universes. So we live in a very tiny little universe, actually. Our universe is not so important. So are we not so important, right? So then, and then Krishna inquired from all of them, everything okay in your universes? And they all replied, yes, since since you protecting us, all the enemies or all the enemies of intra, meaning the demons, they are all kept in check. And so they're very grateful. What is here that all the other Brahmas, only the four-headed Brahma got the vision to see all these different Brahmas. When all these different Brahmas came, they didn't see each other. They only saw Krishna. They had something like a Brahma rasa dance. They only thought, oh, Krishna's only with me. Huh? Okay. And as they offered their obeisances by touching the head to the ground, or you said to the front of the lotus feet of the Lord, they offered their obeisances, and then Manipite dekateki ute chanchani pitera studi kare Mukuta hena anumani. When the gems on the helmets of all the predominating deities collided before the throne and the Lord's lotus feet, there was a jingling sound which seemed like prayers offered by the helmets at Krishna's lotus feet. Now this we cannot see as something as poetry that we think, oh yeah, these helmets, they sounded like this, the ornaments on the helmet, they sounded like jingling, and it sounded like prayers, what the helmets offered. But as followers of the Vedic conclusion, we must understand that everything is personal, and that even the helmets on the heads of these Brahmas, they had personalities. So they used this opportunity to be touched to the ground, to the lotus feet of the Lord, to speak their prayers. So that's their contribution to this lila. 96. Nitya chit chakte Krishna nitya virachamana chit Shakti Sampatira Shat Aishvarya Nama. Krishna is situated eternally in his spiritual potency, and the opulence of that spiritual potency is called Shat Aishvarya, indicating 6 kinds of opulences. So what are the 6 kinds of opulences of Krishna when he comes to the material world? Huh? If you like.
It's beauty, it's he's famous, he's strong, renounced, he has knowledge and strength.
Yeah. Okay. Saisvarajya Lakshmikare Nitya Purnakama Ata Eva Veda Kahe Swayam Bhagavan. Because he possesses the spiritual potencies which fulfill all his desires, Krishna is accepted as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the Vedic version. (98) Krishnera Aishvarya Apara Amritera Sindhu Avagirte Nari Tare Chulin Eka Bindu. The unlimited potencies of Krishna are just like an ocean of nectar. Since one cannot bathe within that ocean, I have only touched a drop of it. So here Mahaprabhu said that he just revealed a drop of Krishna's opulence. 99. Aishvarya Kahite Prapura Krishna's Purati Haila Madhuye Machila Mane Eka Shloka Badila. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was describing the opulences and spiritual potencies of Krishna in this way, there was an awakening of love of Krishna within him. His mind became immersed in the sweetness of conjugal love, and he quoted the following verse from Srimad-Bhagavatam. Now we have a verse from Srimad-Bhagavatam. I have to change. Yanmatya li laupayikam sva yoga maya balam dashayata krihitam vismapanam swasya cha saubagarde param padam bhushana bhushanangam. To exhibit the strength of his own spiritual potency, Lord Krishna manifested a form just suitable for his pastimes. In the material world, this form was wonderful even for him and was the supreme abode of the wealth of God of good fortune. Its limbs were so beautiful that they increased the beauty of the ornaments worn on different parts of his body. This verse from Srimad-Bhagavatam 3:12 is stated in a conversation between Vidura and Uddhava. Uddhava thus begins his description of the pastimes of Sri Krishna in his form exhibited by Yoga Maya. Om Agnanati Mandasya Knananchana Shalakaya Chakshu Umidam Yena Tasmai Shikadave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manopistam Stavidam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupakada Mayam Dadati Svabarandikam Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here Mahaprabhu, by describing the potencies of Krishna in this pastimes of Brahma coming in front of Krishna in Dwarka, is so amazing, because somehow or other we in our own universe, in our own understanding that we are Brahma of our own world, of our own universe, we think we're very important. And when we, especially also as devotees, we think we are very important. We have a very important duty to perform. We have maybe a position. We have maybe just be the best bhakta, the best book distributor. We think we head puchari or head cook, or we think we are some IT engineer, have lots of knowledge. We are maybe the best mridanga player, and no kirtan without us. We add the most important rhythm to the kirtan, right? Or we have so many different upadhis, forms or designations where we hold on. And actually for us it's very, very important to have something where we can hold on, because we identify with that happening. We identified with that circumstances we see ourselves in. And we need some kind of understanding how we can function in this world. It's very important for us, because otherwise we're floating somewhere. We need some kind of fixed situation, of some fixed service, what we have to perform. Right? And this service, whatever it is, even if it's in the material world, we take very serious, because we identify with that. Now when we come in the association of devotees, they tell us we should leave this all behind, especially our material designations. You're not this body, You're not man or woman. You're not this position. You're nothing but Krishna Das or Krishna Dasi. Right? But very, very quickly we can see, although theoretically we understand this, most of us, we still hankering for some upati, for some kind of designation, for some kind of position. First of all, not a position to rule over others. That's a nice side effect. But we still need something where we can identify ourselves, because we not yet really understand and realize and act upon it that we are Krishna Das. We still act on a material plane, although we are in spiritual environment. We may live as here in a temple, or we may be part of the association of devotees. Still we look for material designation. What tells us, I'm this, I'm that, and I have to act according to this, in this way. I have to act in these circumstances. And this is, in one sense, it's needed, because even in the society of devotees, because we are in a transition phase, we're not there yet. We left our material designation. So at least we try to meditate upon this. I'm not this body. I'm not man or woman. But if a man or woman pass by, immediately we push back, right? And we think, oh, I recognize there's a woman as a man. Or the woman recognize, oh, there's a boy. Or there comes a little girl in. Hey, Pavani. How are you? How's day today? Okay. So we need something in between, because we can't act completely on the transcendental platform yet, because we're still dealing with a material body and with a material mind, and therefore also with a kind of material ego. We're not cleansed completely yet. Therefore, we get these different positions, or therefore we have, in the end, what we call Varnashram system. Now, but even in a temple community, we have these different upadis, what help us to function, but if we are not careful, we identify with exactly this position. So, how we can overcome this? What could be the remedy? Oh, now you see, you're the grandpa of Pavani. Oh, Hare Krishna, welcome. How we can overcome this situation? Some who has some idea or some suggestion?
Whatever position I have, it's for Krishna's service, and it is because of Krishna.
Yes, but how we could meditate more on this, that we are really doing this for Krishna. I mean, the good thing is, sometimes you cook, right? And what do you think when you cook?
That Krishna should like it, and also the devotees should like it.
What's more prominent?
Mostly devotees, because Krishna will give intelligence through, or the answer through them, because he might not.
What Krishna gives intelligence to?
Krishna will give the answer through them. Was I able to cook or not able to cook for him? Because
So,
maybe he cannot give directly to me, because I'm not able to.
aha. So you think you cook for the devotees?
Yeah, if devotees are happy, then Krishna is happy.
Aha. So from this side, you would say, okay, so you're meditating on what the devotees will eat. And this somehow or other is it appropriate or not? What do you think? Should the cook think what the devotees would like to eat? It's both. You think it's both. Any other opinions?
I think God is in everyone, we have to just make it with so much love, irrespective of how it is, with all our efforts and care. Eventually, however you make, God loves you because He sees us as a children, and even if you make a small mistake, He doesn't say, you did this. In everyone, there's Krishna. So we are getting to serve so many.
So in that sense, if we offer pizza to the devotees, is Krishna satisfied?
Yes, Krishna is satisfied with whatever you give because at the end He sees with what heart you are giving to Him, to them.
Well, yes, you're right. You're actually all right. Because it's like the parents. When you become a parent, what do you cook? What you like? What the kids like, right? And then when you eat this, you have to eat Grießbrei for 9 years. Something like that. You have to eat Grießbrei and pasta. So when you eat it, what happens? Do you think, I don't like Grießbrei? Do you think that? Yeah? Yeah. I mean, the point is, you will eat this, the remnants of your children, because you cooked it for them and they loved it. And therefore you love it. And the same way, Krishna, because He's so merciful, He's so kind, if we offer pizza to Him, do we offer pizza to Him? Yes. When did we offer the last pizza to Him? Yesterday. Yes. So Krishna, He enjoys it because His devotees enjoy it. Okay. But in one point, when the children grow up, what the children will say, despite they don't like Grießbrei anymore, but what would the children say? What responsible children would say? What we want to eat today? What will be the answer of responsible children? Huh? Salad? Huh?
Something healthy.
Something healthy? No, that's what the parents wished what the children would say. But what would be the response of responsible children when the parents ask what we want to eat today? They would think, we will eat today what you would like to eat. Because you served me for so long, ate Grießbrei and pasta. Today, we're going to eat what you like to eat. And this is the progress where a devotee is growing up. In one point, the devotee doesn't necessarily like what he likes to eat. Although yesterday this pizza was very delicious. Oh, no? In one point, the devotee thinks, okay, now we want to give what Krishna would like to eat. And this is, for example, a very good example how we progress from our destination where we are. Say, yes, we are devotees, we offer everything what we cook, we offer to Krishna, but first of all, we have to see what we would like to eat, or to cook what the devotees would like to eat. Because if the devotee is not inspired, then, they would just not be able to do devotional service. They would maybe perhaps leave the temple. If the cook thinks, I only cook rice, sabji and dal, everything fried in ghee with very tasty hot pickles, The Indian community probably would like it. But the devotees who eat this prasadam every day, they would complain, right? They would say, we need something healthy, right? So yeah, both ways are important. But more and more, as we develop our relationship with Krishna, as servant of Krishna, we more and more understand, okay, how we can serve Krishna through his devotees. And by satisfying both of them. So that's one way. Somebody else has an idea how we can switch from our consciousness of I am the doer and I am the servant. Björn. Maybe you have to switch it on and say.
Hare Krishna. Ja, ist es an? Krishna, okay. Krishna sagt in der Bhagavad Gita, dass ich weiß nicht genau, wie er es ausdrückt, aber ein großer Mann, der braucht keine Verpflichtung auszuführen, aber er hat auch keinen Grund, das nicht zu tun. Das heißt, im Bewusstsein kann er der Diener sein, auch wenn er äußerlich, um ein Beispiel für andere zu geben, oder halt aus Verantwortung oder ne,
okay, wie kann das praktisch aussehen?
Ja, der Guru zum Beispiel.
Was?
Der Guru übernimmt auch die Verantwortung für die Schüler auf verschiedensten Ebenen.
Ja, von der Seite von des Schülers aus, wie könnte diese Meditation für den Schüler aussehen?
Also jemand, der noch nicht auf der Ebene ist, meinst du?
Mhm. Weil wir befinden uns ja auf der Ebene, dass wir sagen, okay, ich identifiziere mich immer noch mit bestimmten materiellen Upadis, mit bestimmten materiellen Designationen, obwohl wir wir leben in einer spirituellen Zwischenwelt. We live in a spiritual, how to say, like in between.
Really?
Was?
Spiritual really?
Between spiritual understanding that we are the servants of Krishna, and on the other hand, we have to live, we have to maintain our life, our consciousness. Therefore, we always hankering or looking for situations where we can identify ourselves as something, because we need something, some designation we need. Like when you're in the family environment, somehow, although you know or we think we know, I'm not this body, still we are in a family situation, we have to act as, okay, I'm the father, there's my wife, and there are the children. Right? We could not completely transcend everything and say, okay, today I'm the mother, because I'm bound by my material body. Although I'm still try to act on a spiritual platform, I have a material body, and if I would kind of pretend that I'm the mother, I would face quite some difficulties, right? So what could be ways in our temple life, as we say, okay, I have to act as a temple commander. I know I'm the temple commander, and I have this position, I have a responsibility, but how do I not identify with that position? How do I more and more see it as I do this for Krishna? Detachment from what?
Detachment from the identification with it. So when something is happening and you might be disturbed or attached to a certain result, then you are at least internally detached.
Okay, this sounds very complicated for me. Sundarsham, again, you have some.
I think when serving as a temple commander, whatever decisions he makes, he should ask himself first, is this decision going to please the Lord and the devotees, or is it going to please me? And then
Okay, so your suggestion is before we act,
we should think.
meditate
Yeah.
or ask, or I make another suggestion, or even pray to perform this service for the sake of service, for the sake of serving whom? Lord and the devotees, yeah. That sounds for me like a very good plan. Damodar Priya Mataji. Ah, okay.
We should understand ourselves as the instrument, as Arjuna was also asked to be just instrument in the whole fight.
Yes, that's also a very good meditation. When we understand that we are not the doers, but we are the tool in the hands of somebody else. When we in the material world are we there the doer? Mostly not, or? Mostly we are in the hands of somebody else who uses us as a tool. Right? And in the spiritual environment, we are in the hands of temple commander. Yes, in the hands of Krishna. And the representatives of Krishna, what could be the temple commander. All right? So, if we understand we are the tool, then we are somehow or other on the safe side. What's the problem by this? I try to ask questions to keep you thinking, because I see some persons are fighting with sleep. I know this for me is also sometimes like this. But what is the difficulty if we think, okay, I am the tool. Björn?
We give up responsibility.
We give up some responsibility. Yes, that's true. And therefore what we have to do? Yeah, or if we're acting as a tool, we have to see if this, where we give ourselves in, if they are, worthy persons. If they really want, if they are connected with the supreme goal. Right? Or do they have their own agenda? Could happen, and happens also in spiritual society. Any other ways? Prabhuji, you experienced how can we give up our upadhis and more understand that we are servants of Krishna?
Well, my understanding is you just have to continue chanting Hare Krishna to cleanse the heart, because until and unless the heart is cleansed, you're not going to come to that understanding.
I completely agree with you. But what's the problem here? Yeah, we should chant Hare Krishna, but most of us, I'm not advanced as some, maybe as you. I'm not satisfied by chanting the whole time Hare Krishna. So I have to do somehow or other, I have to engage my senses with the sense objects. Sindhu Prabhu.
I would also say it's good to try to improve your service, to think bigger and make plans. And what Krishna is doing when he is merciful, he smashes your plans. That is Krishna's mercy, and then you will become so embarrassed, and it's so shameful, that you see, oh my God, I think I'm the doer, I'm making the plans. But actually I'm not, Krishna is doing, and he's using me as an instrument. And this shameful and embarrassing situation is actually Krishna's mercy, and this is really blissful. And this is very, very good experience. It is very nice to be experienced on Sankirtan, actually. You think you're the doer, you go up early, you wake up early, you pack the trolley, you chant your rounds, you do everything. And then in these days, it's so hard. And sometimes you wake up at 7 o'clock or something. Oh my God, the whole day is already finished. And somehow you chant, and somehow you go on the street at 11 o'clock. I mean, anyway, what can be done? Krishna, I do my duty because it's for you. And then suddenly the people are coming and taking all the books, and in the evening all the books are gone. And you ask yourself, oh my God, how is this possible? It's Krishna. It's not me. I'm just an instrument. And I think all the time I'm the doer. That's pretty intense experience.
Yeah. I have also experienced, especially on Sankirtan. Therefore, we sent all our boys first on Sankirtan, because Sankirtan is the best training how to experience your mind, how it works. And we could say, to bring this now together, okay, when the day when I chant the best rounds, did the best sadhana, did everything perfectly as Prabhupada describes. And then I'm going to perform my service. May it Sankirtan, may it be cooking, may it be puja. You're just not connected. You can't connect to it. And then no result also comes, because our mind still is attached to the results. Isn't that the problem? Do the devotees, the cook sneaks in. Some cooks, they don't even go in when the devotees eat, because they just think, oh my goodness, if they say, if I see the faces, or you give a class and in the end nobody says, chai, this and that person, think, was something wrong? So, or on Sankirtan is best, and that's the best where I can see the results. And you really get attached to these results. Because it's so, in one sense, in the beginning, it's encouraging when you get results, right? It's encouraging. And then when you come back to the temple and everybody says, chai, the book results are, then you see, okay, I'm on the right path. But with the time, it's getting contaminating. Because we get attached to the results, not to the results, because it's things, it's me. I'm the Maharati here. I'm the super cook. When I cook, everybody melts. Everybody praises when this Prabhu makes puja, everybody think, very nice. He does it for so long, right? And then you get attached to yourself, to your result, right? And then Krishna, as you said, smashes your plans by taking the results away. And then see what you do. You still cook? Or say, no, it didn't work last time, so I don't cook anymore. Or no, Sankirtan is not my service, right? I'm looking for something else because results are not coming. Krishna don't want me anymore on Sankirtan, right? So in this times, what is the key? What is the key? What we have to do?
Just do our work. Let the result be to the God. Because the results always bring us ego in us.
Yeah.
And instead of we thinking that God is doing with me through me, I tend to think that I am doing. I am supreme. Oh, everybody's praying me, praising me and all. So at the end, we slowly get away from God and start doing things the way we want. And we always put an assumption that God is doing, but in a way we are doing it because of our own ego. That's the reason sometimes God doesn't give us results, but we just have to do it with the trust.
We think that God should do his plan, but as I want it.
It should always be like you just have to
and-
do.
Yeah. Now I understand your point. I just said this is our tendency to
Yes.
say, I want serve Krishna, but as I want to serve. And Krishna accepts the service as well. But because he knows we do it from the best intention, it's like a kid paints a picture and it looks kind of, what is it? But the parents say, wow, very nice, very nicely painted. So that's in that moment where it gets difficult, and this is what happens when we don't have the perfect sadhana, what we expected from us to do. We get up late, we are kind of struggling ourselves through our rounds, but still, as Prabhuji said, we still chant our rounds, but it was terrible. And maybe on the Sangadan, we have to drive the van because in the same time we're chanting because we have to get to the spot, and we just say, anyway, I just try it. I just surrender. I just surrender whatever comes, if there's a result or not, but I fulfill my duty. Because what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, what you should do. You should fulfill your duty. But what else does he say? Yes. What else does he say? Fight, okay, yeah. Detach yourself from the fruits, and it says one thing else.
You have a right to perform your duty, but no right to claim the result.
Yes. And you should never be attached. You should be attached to your service, but never be attached to not perform your service. We should never think, we should never be attached that we should not do our service. And that's something what always comes to us when we find reasons not doing things, not to surrender. Well, when we understand these different things, that it's always very difficult to always try to connect with the right source, to do everything what we do in a matter of service, to understand ourselves as tools and to surrender ourselves to the supreme will. And as we said beforehand when we meditated on Gopastami, that we understand we are servants of a whole, that we servants of the family of Krishna, the family of God. And in the end, we have to serve humanity. Then we understand that we have a role to fulfill. And as we come in spiritual environment, in a spiritual family, we have to ask ourselves, what is my role? How I can serve, how I can be of service, and how I can really serve the Vaishnavas and not just serve myself. And this is something where we grow up, where we have to grow in. As we said also, we should meditate on this day. What responsibility do I have? What Prabhupada wants for me? What my Guru wants for me? What Krishna wants for me? And how I can be of use in the circle of devotees, and how I can be of use on the whole universe, on the whole society. What is my contribution? And in this way, we more and more meditating upon how I can be of service, and we put our needs in the back, and we put the needs of performing our service in the front. So this all great words that I try to put some thoughts in all of us, because the thoughts are also in me. But I think we have to really understand that we not just, when we come in a spiritual society, we tend to give up our brain and with it our responsibility. And in the beginning, that's also needed. Shut it off, shut off all this noise, what's in your head. Shut it off and surrender. Just do it. And do it for a long time. But there is a point where you grow out of this and you take up some responsibility, or you ask, okay, how I can be of service? And is this now what comes in my mind? Is it something what I like to do because it's in my comfort zone? Or is it really where I can serve the Vaishnavas, where I can contribute something towards it? And yeah, that's something what we all have to grow in responsible spiritual beings, in the mood of service. And this is actually what is wanted from us. Therefore, Prabhupada called us independent, thoughtful. That doesn't mean we have our own from any material. We completely dependent on the will of the Supreme Lord, represented by his devotees. So that was some thoughts. I'm do this for my self-purification, speaking and thinking and living in your community. I'm very grateful that I be accepted in this community. I'm very grateful that I'm accepted by Srila Prabhupada, and I hope that one day I can be a worthy servant of all of you and develop so much compassion that I can do something for human mankind and can spread the holy name by always chanting the holy name and keeping this in my heart and the beat back in my hand. Hare Krishna. So I'm asking for your blessings. Are there any thoughts or... Oh, we don't have someone. Kripa Sindhu Prabhu.
Thank you, Charo. I want to start at the beginning, from the beginning of your lecture. You talked about Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma, and also you started to talk about that there are so many universes actually, and we are just in a tiny universe. And actually, I remember I read that Prabhupada, even he says, amongst all these universes, which are nearly like innumerable, actually ours, amongst all them, is the tiniest.
Yeah.
He even says it like that.
Yeah, I said it also.
You said it?
Yeah.
It really is. This is the tiniest.
Yeah.
This is the smallest.
Yeah.
So maybe you can help me.
Trabant amongst the... Anyway.
Yeah. When I hear this, I will, maybe you please can help me to, I don't know, to get rid of the rascal within me and maybe to get rid of the doubts in me. Because when I hear this, immediately I start thinking, I mean, how shall this be possible? I mean, this lack of kind of humiliating me. You know, someone is telling me that who am I? I'm just living in the smallest universe amongst all the universes. I mean, how shall this be possible? That is it a coincidence, or how shall I live in the smallest universe amongst all the universes? I mean, why? I mean, how great is the chance that this happens? You know, I mean, I can accept that there are so many universes. I can accept that there are so many Brahmas. I can accept that there are so many millions and trillions of Brahmas with those so many millions of heads. I can accept that God is like that great. But why shall I live in the smallest amongst all of them? Just taken seriously. Maybe there is a rascal in me who says, I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt the fact.
So the rascal says you should live in a bigger universe?
No, the rascal in me says I can live in any universe, maybe in someone in between. That's like realistic. But how realistic is it that I am that I am so tiny and so small, that I am so insignificant, I am living in the smallest amongst all them? I mean, really the smallest.
I mean, there's this incident where Prabhupada taught Tama Krishna Goswami, like the universe, there's a planet, there's a country, America, then there's a city, Los Angeles, and there's a temple, and there lives a person, his name is Tama Krishna Goswami, and he thinks he's very big, he's very great. This comes in my mind, but we really, maybe it's the big. I mean, we cannot control it. I don't know. I know it's not happening to me that Krishna shows me his opulence like he showed here to Brahma. And I'm also not Brahma. I'm just the devotees. We are here. We are part of it. Prabhupada is sitting right here. His Vani is so warm still. His breath is still in us. His disciples directly walk amongst us. So we are so fortunate. And we should never forget this fortune, what we got handed by the mercy of the Acharyas, by the mercy of Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada, that that's already a great responsibility, that we have to just spread this holy name, spread the chanting, spread this knowledge, and in this way make people free, make the universe free. We can empty out the whole universe. And except this four-headed Brahma, he wanted to be part of the Sankirtan movement. And he said, I come, and I become the Namacharya. I stand in front of the battlefield and lead the fighting myself, becoming the Namacharya. So that's, maybe we in the tiniest universe, but we should really, and this should us make us not proud, this understanding that we are part, very close to the Sankirtan movement, very close to Nam Prabhu, very close to this what all happening. We are still foot soldiers of this great happening, but that should us not make proud. That should actually tell us our responsibility to spread, to somehow or other push the sky away. That we can really fulfill our mission, and we should ask ourselves how I can be of service, how I can help to spread the glory of Prabhupada. How I can help to make ISKCON, even if I maybe see things what I don't agree with. There are devotees, they say like this and they say, and I will stand up against them. That's not helping. That's not helping. That's a disservice to stand up. Somebody maybe has a different opinion. Okay, I have to accept it. But for outside, it's like a family. If there's a couple, in each and every couple, there is always some, not always, but there is fights. Otherwise, would not be some sort of a healthy relationship. But you don't bring it to outside. You don't, you don't say, or you don't complain about your wife outside, or the wife doesn't complain about the husband outside of the family. You just don't do this. So why we should do this in our ISKCON? Maybe things are not there where it should be. Maybe, proper, we are just in the process, as Ananda Krishna always said. We are all in the process. We all work in process, as ISKCON is. But why we should spread this what is not to outside? Keep it inside and work on it. Make it a better place. And we be the example. You be the example. You are. Exemplary devotee in ISKCON, faithful to Prabhupada and his mission. And this what inspires. Not the ones who walk around and see all the faults and this and that and this and that and try to split a big cake into little pieces where everybody, I get, it's a big cake, I cut something out and that's my piece. This is eating up Prabhupada's family, Prabhupada's movement. Now keep it together. And if I don't like something on that cake, then I make it better. Work hard on it. That's our responsibility. I think. Sorry, did I went too far?
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
What? Oh.
I'm just thinking loud. I could be also very wrong. As we all know, everything starts with the smallest thing, that is like an atom in mother's womb that multiplies and becomes a baby. And once they come out, they grow. And eventually they get old and they die. And they again born as karma. So maybe we are the tiniest planet right now. Maybe eventually we will be growing up. And being here, maybe God has put you in the tiniest planet since you are here to help a lot of souls to go to the other universe or other planets in the next life, maybe. That's what I think. He said that this is the tiniest planet. Maybe it is not, maybe middle or the bigger one. So.
Well, since you responded to Kripa Sindhu, I leave the response to him. Well, I just want to say we're not helping people going on a higher planet. That's not our aim.
No. I don't mean that we are helping them to go there, but I would say that we are helping them understand the higher consciousness. And eventually, they find their truth. So, in a way, God has put you here to find their truth. And
the Vedas said, all who say that I am living in among the smallest. I mean, how great is this chance? And there is some, you know what? You understand? Maybe you, I don't know if I'm understandable, or I like the approach more, the answer that you give more, that this is a great chance of getting the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's very inspiring. And I know I could live in another universe. I know it, but I'm not trying. I don't want to live in another universe, even if it's bigger. But you know, there is someone who tells me in me, how great is the chance that this might be the smallest? I mean, why?
But Sindhu, I know you. You're not a rascal. The rascal is not in you. You're asking this question for, in general, to benefit us all. The rascal in you is that you think you cannot win the marathon. That's your rascal. This is your rascal. You have to fight this rascal.
Okay. Please help me get this rascal. Hare Krishna.
I tell you every year. No. I mean, yeah. I think we spoke enough of this now. We answered. Thank Mataji. Thank you for your contribution. And we, as you said, you can speak with Kripa Sindhu about this over breakfast. Thank you very much, everybody. What? Who? Prabhu? Oh, I didn't.